You look in the mirror and you're stuck in no man's land. With a shirt on, you look skinny. With a shirt off, you look soft. You don't have enough muscle to look fit, but you're carrying enough fat that you don't look lean either. So you go online for advice and immediately get hit with two completely opposite opinions. Half the internet says, bulk first, you need to build muscle. The other half says, cut first, you need to lose the fat. Both sides are convinced the other approach will ruin your physique. And now, you're more confused than when you started. Let's fix that. First, let's talk about what skinny fat actually is, because understanding the root cause tells you exactly how to fix it. Skinny fat isn't really a fat problem, and it's not really a skinny problem. It's a muscle problem, specifically a lack of it. When you don't have much muscle mass, even a normal, healthy amount of body fat looks bad because there's nothing underneath it. There's no shape to your arms, no width to your shoulders, no thickness to your back. The fat has nothing to sit on top of, so it just kind of hangs there. This is why skinny fat is so frustrating. If you just diet down and lose the fat without building muscle, you'll look skinny, not lean. You'll be thinner, but you still won't look like you lift. You'll just go from soft to flat. And if you eat a ton of food and try to bulk aggressively without any muscle-building foundation, you'll mostly just get fatter, which makes the problem worse. So here's the truth that both sides of the debate miss. The bulk or cut question is not the most important decision. It matters, but it matters way less than people make it seem. The thing that actually determines whether you escape the skinny fat trap long-term is whether you're getting stronger and building muscle. Progressive overload on compound movements is the non-negotiable. Whether you start by eating a little less or eating a little more, the training has to be the same. Heavy compound movements, taken close to failure, with a focus on adding weight or reps over time. Squats, bench press, overhead press, barbell rows, pull-ups, deadlifts. These are the movements that build the foundation of muscle that transforms a skinny fat physique into a muscular one. If your numbers on these lifts are going up over time, it means you're building muscle, and that muscle will be the long-term solution to being skinny fat. And here's something that works in your favor. If you're skinny fat and you've never trained seriously before, you're in the perfect position to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. Your body is so responsive to a new training stimulus that it will build muscle even in a calorie deficit, as long as that deficit isn't too aggressive and you're training hard. This is why the bulk or cut debate matters so much less for you than the internet thinks. Either path works because your body is primed to build muscle regardless. The training is what drives the transformation, not whether you're eating a few hundred calories above or below maintenance. That said, your starting point should influence which direction you lean nutritionally. So let's talk about both paths. If you're carrying a noticeable amount of excess fat or you feel uncomfortable with your shirt off, starting with a slow cut makes sense. Eat about 300 to 500 calories below your maintenance level. That's a small to moderate deficit. Enough to lose fat gradually, but not so much that you're starving yourself. The key word here is small. A lot of skinny fat lifters make the mistake of going on an aggressive weight loss diet, like 1,000 calories below maintenance. This is the worst thing you can do. An aggressive deficit tanks your energy, crushes your recovery, and makes it nearly impossible to train hard enough to build the muscle you need. And remember, the core problem is a lack of muscle. If you diet so aggressively that you can't build any muscle during the process, you're going to end up skinny instead of skinny fat. That's not an improvement. That's just trading one problem for another. With a moderate deficit, you'll lose fat slowly, maybe half a pound to a pound per week, but you'll still have enough energy and nutrients to push hard in the gym and actually build muscle. For an untrained lifter, this is absolutely possible. Your body will burn fat for the energy deficit while using the training stimulus to build new muscle tissue. You get leaner and more muscular at the same time. On the other hand, if you're on the skinnier side and you don't have much visible fat, starting with a small surplus makes more sense. Eat about 200 to 300 calories above your maintenance level. Keep the surplus modest. This is really important. A lot of skinny fat lifters hear bulk and think they need to eat everything in sight. But a huge surplus doesn't build muscle faster. It just adds more fat. And adding more fat when you already feel soft is incredibly demoralizing. A small, controlled surplus gives your body the extra energy and nutrients it needs to build muscle at the maximum rate without piling on unnecessary fat. You'll gain weight slowly, maybe 2 to 3 pounds per month, and most of it will be muscle as long as you're training hard. It's important to keep an eye on the scale while bulking and adjust your calories accordingly. For example, if you're consistently gaining more than a pound a week, that's too fast. Try lowering the calories a little bit. On the other hand, if your weight is the same week after week, adding an extra 100 or 200 calories a day will probably do the trick. Now, regardless of which path you choose, I want to come back to the thing that matters most. Your lifts need to be going up. If you're 3 months into your cut and your squat has gone from 135 to 185 pounds, your bench is up from 95 to 135, and your barbell row has gone from 65 to 115 pounds, your physique is changing, even if the scale hasn't moved much, even if the mirror is slow to show it. Those numbers mean muscle is being built, and that muscle is what will eventually form the foundation of a great physique. But if you're 3 months into your bulk and your lifts haven't moved at all, something is wrong. And it's not your diet, it's your training. You might not be training consistently enough, not getting close enough to failure, or not following a structured program. Whichever path you start with, you won't be on it forever. If you start with a cut, you'll eventually get lean enough that it makes sense to switch to a small surplus and focus on building. If you start with a bulk, you'll eventually put on enough muscle that a shortcut will reveal the physique you've built underneath. It's not a permanent decision, it's just a starting point, so don't overthink it. Pick the path that matches your current situation and pour all of your mental energy into getting stronger. To track your progression and make sure your lifts are actually going up, use Bench. Bench is free to download and use, and it keeps a complete history of every exercise you perform, so you always know exactly what weight you used and how many reps you hit last session, which means you know exactly what you need to beat to continue progressing. Bench also keeps track of your multi-rep maxes, so you can easily track your progression at higher rep ranges. When you break a record, Bench will let you know. And Bench automatically calculates your weekly volume across all the muscle groups and for every exercise, so you can be sure you're developing all the muscle groups evenly. It's the perfect tool for anyone who's ready to stop overthinking and track the metrics that actually matter. Bench is completely free to download and use, and is available on both iOS and Android. I'll leave a link in the description so you can download the app. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this.